Now in Good Morning Northwest, new evidence in the case against Bryan Kohberger, the man accused of killing 4 U of I students. What newly unsealed warrants show about Kohberger's arrest and what's set to be released today.
Record amounts of snow yesterday. Now we have dense fog this morning. What could possibly come next? We're tracking some things I'll show you in a moment.
And a body found in the home of a suspected Spokane Valley child rapist. Why the sheriff's office believes it could be a suicide. You're watching Good Morning Northwest here on 4 News Now. Good morning and thanks for waking up with us. I'm Derek Dice. Robin Nance is off this morning. Crews still out in full force in Spokane, trying to clear the streets from all that snowfall yesterday, initiating the first full city plow of the year. Mark Peterson is here with a look at that first alert forecast, but the weather word of the day is fog.
Yeah, so we do have, again, the plows are doing their best. They're going to get into those side streets, but arterials are in pretty good shape. Look at that. Beautiful, bright, beautiful blue sky. Not today. Maybe a little bit of blue sky, but we do have a dense fog advisory with our 4 things you need to know. The icy roads and the sidewalks, certainly in the neighborhoods and in those untreated roadways. Sunshine later on today, and then light snow again tomorrow, expecting about an inch, but 2 to 4 is what's being put out there as potential. We look at the live conditions right now. Fairly good condition, but very cold into Coeur d'Alene. You're sitting at 3 degrees. We've got fog in 21. Dense fog advisory for eastern Washington, but the dense fog is here. So we look at the visibility. Sandpoint to Bonners Ferry all the way to Colville. If you're traveling, you're going to find dense fog there all the way into Pullman. So please take it easy and all, plenty of time. So our setup is partly cloudy later on. We'll have temperatures that'll warm up into the mid-30s, but we're going to be hovering around freezing throughout much of that afternoon.
All right, we're following some breaking news this morning. Additional search warrants from Bryan Kohberger's arrest in Pennsylvania are due to be made public today. Newly unsealed court documents were released yesterday, revealing new details in the Moscow murder investigation. Sydney Charles is live at the Breaking Now desk, tracking all the latest details here. Sydney.
That's right. We now know that investigators have more DNA from Bryan Kohberger than we initially thought. That's according to new court documents released by Pennsylvania yesterday. Kohberger was arrested at his parents' house in Pennsylvania in late December for the murders of 4 University of Idaho students. He's facing 4 counts of first-degree murder. Pennsylvania courts released a search warrant from that arrest showing what else investigators now have to work with. Up until yesterday, court documents showed that police matched DNA found on a knife sheath at the murder scene with DNA from trash collected from Kohberger's parents' house. The search warrant, just released 2 months after Kohberger's arrest, reveals investigators got an inner cheek swab from Kohberger when he was taken into custody. Investigators also collected 4 medical-style gloves, a flashlight, Kohberger's clothes, and a pair of Nikes. It's not clear if any of that evidence, along with the DNA swab, strengthened the case against Kohberger. The search warrant also shows investigators were looking for Kohberger's cell phone and computer devices, but did not confirm if those items were seized. A separate search warrant for Kohberger's Pullman apartment showed that they took a computer from there. The Pennsylvania search warrant shows investigators started following his tracks in mid-December, and they were also monitoring his phone. Those investigators got permission to carry out the search warrant in the middle of the night based on the serious and violent nature of these crimes. Kohberger's hearing is set for the end of June. And according to the Associated Press, additional warrants from that Pennsylvania arrest are expected to be released today. This is a story we will be closely following, and if anything is released this morning, we'll be sure to let you know. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
All right, Sydney, thank you. Newly unsealed court records show a battle between the attorney representing the Gonzalez family, whose daughter was killed in those Moscow murders, and the judge. Attorney Shannon Gray does not believe he should have to follow the gag order and accused the Latah County prosecutor, Bill Thompson, of leaking information about this case to the media. Gray is still fighting for himself and his clients to be allowed to speak freely about this case. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office is investigating a death at the home registered to an alleged child rapist. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office says a body was found at this home in Spokane Valley and could be a possible suicide. According to the Spokane County Assessor's Office website, the home is registered to Patrick Kabiza. Cabiza is the man accused of sexually assaulting 2 young boys at his home. He bonded out of jail just last week. The Spokane County Medical Examiner's Office will identify the body and the cause of death. And breaking news now in the war in Ukraine, Russian officials accuse Ukraine of launching a spate of attempted drone strikes targeting infrastructure deep inside Russia, including near its capital. Following the alleged attacks, Russia's second largest city of St. Petersburg closed its airspace and briefly banned incoming flights yesterday, according to state media. Meanwhile, Finland has begun construction of barrier fences on its eastern border with Russia. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is just about 6:06 now. I can hear Mark breathing heavily as he makes his way quickly back out to the set to talk about what's ahead of us again. Winter weather advisory.
Now, this goes through Friday, and this is for areas of North Idaho all the way into Montana. Dense fog advisory for us. Winter weather continuing in the higher elevations. We're going to talk more about that and how it could affect us coming up.
And State B basketball returns today. We're talking all about this event happening in Spokane for the next 4 days.
Residents of a Cheney mobile home park fear they could become homeless if a zoning change were to pass, while the city council decided to delay a decision. And 3 Kansas City police officers shot while executing a search warrant, and the suspect still hasn't been arrested. The story after the break on Good Morning Northwest.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Have you been dreaming of upgrading your truck with exterior styling or custom accessories?
Or tricking out your interior with leather kits and heated seats?
Well, wake up, because Parker Extreme can help make your dream rig a reality.
Stop in and get advice from our skilled Parker Extreme team. They have the knowledge and experience to help you make the right choice for your car, truck, or SUV.
Your dream truck is here at Parker Toyota Extreme. You just haven't built it yet.
Click It RV Northside Superstore has gone mad with huge discounts on a huge selection of top brand RVs, which means the lowest prices, factory incentives, and rebates.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Shop online and find the floor plan you like, then build it, price it, and click it. Or come to our huge selection, from travel trailers to fifth wheels, toy haulers to motorhomes. The huge indoor-outdoor RV show is here. Get a better RV and the lowest price guarantee only at Click It RV and ClickItRV.com.
Be a winner like me and get to Click It RV.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think we should hire more people.
Doc, I'm late for a meeting. I'm thinking of starting my own practice.
Do it. Too much capital.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We should knock that wall down and expand.
Do it. There's always another wall beyond the wall.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
Adventure awaits at Silver Mountain Resort this winter. Enjoy some of the best terrain in the region, only 30 minutes east of Coeur d'Alene, right off I-90. Family, friends, and smiles as big as the wide-open vistas. Relax in a beautiful condo just a stroll away from dining, water slides, indoor surfing, and 84 degrees. And a gondola ride away from our new covered carpet lift, tubing, and acres of snow rider heaven. Your winter adventure awaits at Silver Mountain. Book today at silvermt.com.
Vroom, vroom. Oh, don't worry. I'll make sure to leave plenty of space when I pass by. I think 200 feet is right here. Thank you. That looks safe to me. And if I can't move over, I promise I'll slow down at least 10 miles an hour below the speed limit, or no more than 50 miles an hour. You promise? Promise.
We want everyone to get home at the end of the day. When you see vehicles with flashing lights or people working on the side of the road, move over or slow down.
26 years strong!
All right, welcome back. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot has lost her re-election bid. It's the first time in more than 30 years Chicago has ditched its mayor. Lightfoot, the first black woman and first out gay person to serve as the city's mayor, failed to make a top 2 runoff amid growing concerns about rising crime in Chicago. Paul Vallis, a longtime public schools chief who ran on a tough on crime message, and Brandon Johnson, a Cook County commissioner backed by progressives at the Chicago Teachers Union, are projected to advance to the April runoff. 3 Kansas City police officers in the hospital with gunshot wounds this morning. They were shot while executing a search warrant at a home last night. Police say they were met with gunfire after they identified themselves and tried to get into the house. The shooting scene is still active this morning, and police are working to arrest the suspect. Movie theater giant AMC is set to offer a little bit of the theater experience in your home. AMC's new line of popcorn will be available at Walmart just in time for the Oscars this month. It'll sell bags of popcorn as well as microwave packs in a variety of flavors.
Now, boy, you get a quart of butter with it. Hey, looking at the 10-second takeaway, it's going to be a foggy, slippery start today, certainly on the side roads and some of the sidewalks. Again, allowing extra time, doing whatever you have to do today. Grab your winter gear, hide at 8:34.
Well, the Cheney City Council decided to delay a redevelopment project threatening to uproot people living at the North Cheney Mobile Home Park. If passed, the proposed ordinance would change the zoning of that property of the mobile home park to a commercial mixed-use zoning. So instead of trailers, the zoning could possibly look like what East Sprague and the South Perry District in Spokane resemble now. Residents of the mobile home park, some retired and on a fixed income, fear they could become homeless if the zoning change were to pass. Cheney City Council members emphasized the project is coming from the landowner and not from the city. They deferred the ordinance until the next City Council meeting on March 14th to get more information and a possible timeline to help residents if it were to pass. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:11. We're going to check in with Destiny Richards live from the Spokane Arena with the start of State B basketball in less than 3 hours from now, right after the break.
Transitions works to end poverty and homelessness for women and children in Spokane.
Transitions moves lives forward by providing real change through programs like housing, job training, and safe spaces of welcome, respect, and community.
Numerica Credit Union is honored to partner with organizations like Transitions as they work to enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at numericacu.com.
Kylie and I are excited to show you the rugged good looks and adventurous spirit of this all-new Subaru Outback.
It has a roomy interior and almost 9 inches of ground clearance that make on or off-road driving fun.
Plus, Subaru's legendary safety features like symmetrical all-wheel drive and EyeSight driver assist technology.
Visit parkersubaru.com or drop by the dealership to learn why Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 8 years running.
See the Subaru Outback and receive your no-problem customer service at Parker Subaru in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
STA is a great place to work for a few different reasons. There are definitely a lot of opportunities here at STA, no matter where you start at. There's always opportunities for advancement, things to help you move from one position to the next.
All the departments here, paratransit, fixed route, we all work together to help the community, and that's why I like to work here.
ABC's World News Tonight
and 4 News Now.
When the local story is national news.
When national stories hit home. Watch ABC World News Tonight at 5:30.
And 4 News Now at 6. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
At Gold Seal Plumbing, we're always looking at better ways to solve plumbing issues in your home. That's why we use the latest technology in sewer line repair called trenchless sewer repair. We can replace your current sewer line without digging up your entire yard. With just a couple of holes in the ground, we can pull new sewer pipe from the main line right into your house with minimal disruption to your lawn and your wallet. So if you need your sewer line repaired or replaced, call the best. Call Gold Seal Plumbing. We're on our way.
You know, I'm no slouch in the kitchen.
Ready, set, slay with Ray and RuPaul.
How competitive are you at games?
Oh boy.
Next, Rachel. Watch Rachel today at 3 and 4 News Now at 5.
Over the thousands of personal injury cases we've won for our clients, often the person who is injured hesitates to get a lawyer at first for fear of hurting the at-fault party. The truth is, their insurance company is already making a case to keep you from getting compensated.
If you've been seriously injured, don't wait to call Craig Swap & Associates. We'll only represent your interests so you can recover physically and financially. Craig Swap & Associates, one call, that's all.
4 News Now is brought to you by Washington Trust Bank.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
When we found out that our son was deaf and then that they were opening a school made specifically for kids who were wanting to do oral language with cochlear implants and all this new technology, it was like a miracle. It was amazing.
Jan and Sam Stahosky were among the first parents some 19 years ago to enroll their son, Eli, at Spokane Hope Center. Kids diagnosed as deaf or hard of hearing often use cochlear implants. That technology, coupled with a specialized way of teaching, helps these children learn to communicate. Excuse me. That education sets them up for future success. Mark Peterson and the Extreme team are helping to create more space at the center this week. And yesterday was all about installing some new carpeting.
The afternoon hours, and what do we have? We've got an office that's almost finished. That's not too bad. So McLeod Special Flooring and Chad and his crew did a gorgeous job. They're going to be done with this entire area today. So that was the big story today, getting all the carpeting in from ProSource. Now, across the way, Spokane Sunscreen continuing to put up the film on the windows. More importantly, you won't be able to see in. And the other most important thing is 84% of the heat gets pushed away from the window. Therefore, it is easier to control the heat and cooling. And the Fireplace Center, they're going to appreciate that because the air conditioning and the heaters that have been fixed and repaired will have to work less in order to keep this space comfortable for the kiddos and the therapists. Also, we had more painting, and Horizon Credit Union doing their best. Now, look at these 4 cans of paint. What you see are the 4 primary colors within the Hope logo that will become the doors of the new area. All right, so we've got flooring done, painting almost done. Tomorrow, it's all about setting up the stage for some wonderful and surprising surprises we're going to be building that are being assembled off-site. I'm Mark Peterson, 4 News Now for the Extreme team.
All right, Mark, some pretty great stuff happening over there. You going to be able to finish in time?
Yes, I think so. We got great people. So Dawn Kiki, our muralist with PRS Design, I'll give you this hint. She was busy yesterday doing a mural for me, and that is on it's a big mural on one of the walls.
Okay.
And it's absolutely beautiful, but very simple. So anyway, that's a part of what we're going to be doing. All right. Also, I should put out that Rick with Spokane Sunscreen, his twin girls, had a birthday on the 29th of February, and so they're celebrating their 8th birthday today because it's the first. So happy birthday, girls. All right, here we go. Visibility. We have a dense fog advisory. We have, again, areas of 0 visibility. That extends all the way up into the Sandpoint area if you're going to be traveling. Please use caution, take it easy. Know that with the fog, there could be ice in the untreated roadways. 34 our high today, so we could get a little melting, especially if we see a little more sunshine. We're going to get some winds coming out of the southwest as well. Tonight, refreeze again on those untreated roads. Your driveway, it's going to be crunchy with an overnight low of 27. We look at a live satellite and radar. Well, we're looking pretty good right now, but more cloud cover and more energy coming into the area. That's going to create light snow for tomorrow. So we look at that in our 4-day forecast. All right, so there's today some cloud cover coming in, mountain snows. Tomorrow morning, 3 a.m., we see the snow from Sandpoint to St. Mary's, but we see it drag over into eastern Washington with a little rain snow mix in the afternoon. We're expecting an inch. However, based on what happened yesterday with that 4.4 inches record-setting snow, we're going to make it, again, a potential weather alert day. But it really looks like it's going to be a mountain event. And then we're going to get scattered snow through the weekend, not looking for a ton there, but more so into the mountains. Forecasted snow by Friday, about an inch. We're going to keep a close eye on that, and then we'll get more over the weekend, more into the mountains as well. We look at our highs today. We're into the mid-30s solid. That extends from Deer Park all the way to Coeur d'Alene, 36, but they're starting at 3 degrees this morning into Coeur d'Alene. It'll be a nice warm-up today. 34 our high today. We're going to see that into Coeur d'Alene. Again, that potential weather alert day at 39, and then upper 30s through the weekend with scattered snow. Really looking for a mountain effect here. Most areas got 7 inches of snow yesterday in the higher elevations when it comes to 49 degrees north of Mount Spokane and Schweitzer.
Man, that's a lot of power.
That's pow, baby, pow.
All right, Mark, thank you very much. Well, State B basketball is back in Spokane today. The arena will be hosting boys and girls teams from across the state for 2B and 1B games. They start at 9 a.m. today, and they run through Saturday. The tournament, of course, brings in hundreds of out-of-town students, staff members, their families, bands, everybody. It's a huge economic boost for Spokane. Destiny Richards is live at the arena with what we can expect over these next 4 days.
Yeah, so you can expect a lot of Hoopstown excitement here at the Spokane Arena for State B. We are here with Dave Ticker and Ken Lindgren, who are the tournament directors. Thank you so much for joining us just a few hours before State B. Tell us about what folks can expect. This is a really big legacy event in Spokane.
Yeah, this is a real community builder. You know, I think there's not an event quite like this. People come here but maybe don't have any connection with any school, but they just want to be a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And things are starting in just a little bit. Tell us about just the schools that come and are a part of this in what is Hoopstown USA in Washington.
Well, we got schools coming from all over the state. At every corner, we've got them come southwest that are here almost annually, and they really enjoy coming over up from the northwest as far as Neah Bay, which is about as far northwest as you can get, the southeast. I got to mention the Oakdale Nighthawks, since I'll be with that team. And then, you know, up in the District 7 area up there, we've got quite a few schools. And a small town, that's what it's all about for this group. A small town, they come and support their teams year in, year out whenever they're here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really feel like it's kind of the beginning of, you know, basketball season, at least locally in Spokane. This kind of starts everything off as it hopefully gets warmer soon. But yeah, thanks for coming. We're going to talk a little bit more about just Spokane's growth as a sports city a little bit later and talk to Spokane Sports all about that. I'll send back to you guys.
Yep, gotta love State B when the last person in those small towns has got to turn out the lights because everybody is headed to the Spokane Arena. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:21. It's March, and that means we are ready for madness in college basketball. The WSU women play in the Pac-12 tournament tonight. The Gonzaga men actually close out the regular season tonight against Chicago State. We'll look at that matchup for the Zags and look ahead to the WCC tournament next in sports.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see.
Don't need glasses? See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think we should hire more people.
Doc, I'm late for a meeting. I'm thinking of starting my own practice.
Do it. Too much capital.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We should knock that wall down and expand.
Do it. There's always another wall beyond the wall.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
Twilight Bedding is the choice for all your mattress needs and now has 2 convenient locations in Spokane. Every mattress is manufactured locally, right here in Spokane, and crafted to meet any need you have, whether it's for your bedroom, boat, RV, or your pet. Stop by either location today and talk with an expert about the mattress that's right for you. Sleep right. By Twilight.
Use me to take a bite out of food waste and help the environment.
How'd you do that?
Well, give me yard waste, food scraps, heck, even your food-soiled paper like pizza boxes, paper towels, and coffee filters. I'll take it to be composted and returned to the soil.
And we'll still be here for the rest.
Learn more at SpokaneCountySolidWaste.org.
Shop local and get exclusive rebates up to $500 at Fred's President's Day sale.
With a variety of custom cafe colors and options, makes it easy to personalize your kitchen.
And when it's time for cleanup, the GE Cafe dishwasher has loading flexibility and a reversing wash arm to clean every inch of your dishes.
More rebates are available. Get up to $2,000 in rebates on GE Cafe appliances.
Come in and see the great selection of cafe kitchen packages during Fred's President's Day sale.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see.
Shopko Optical welcomes more insurance plans than ever. Call to book an exam and verify coverage.
Welcome into Morning Sports. I'm Julian Minnesone. Gonzaga basketball earned a bye in the West Coast Conference Tournament. The Bulldogs will be in prime position to win a fourth straight conference tournament title. Gonzaga enters the WCC tournament as the number 2 seed. St. Mary's is the number 1 seed. Now this is because the Gales, they were awarded the top seed in the tournament due to a higher net ranking than the Bulldogs, even with Gonzaga's win over St. Mary's on Saturday. As the number 2 seed, Gonzaga still automatically advances to the semifinals of the tournament. The Bulldogs could potentially play 3 seed Santa Clara. Gonzaga beat the Broncos twice this season. That game would be at 8:30 on Monday, March 6th in Las Vegas. Now there is a chance the Bulldogs will match up against St. Mary's one more time in the tournament championship game. But before any of this, Gonzaga hosts Chicago State at 6 o'clock tonight for senior night. Gonzaga women's basketball is the top seed heading into the WCC tournament. The Bulldogs won the regular season title with the win over BYU on Saturday. Gonzaga is looking for its 3rd straight conference tournament championship. And similar to the men's team, the Gonzaga women earned a bye into the semifinals. The Bulldogs could match up against San Francisco. Gonzaga won the 2 meetings against the Dons by double digits this season. Gonzaga's semifinal game is at noon on Monday, March 6th, also in Las Vegas. Washington State women's hoops opens up the Pac-12 tournament tonight against Cal. The Cougars won 3 of their last 4 games to end the regular season. Washington State also won the only regular season meeting against Cal, 70-60, earlier this month in Pullman. Tip-off between Washington State and Cal is scheduled for 6 o'clock tonight in Las Vegas. And if Washington State defeats Cal, that sets up a matchup against 2 seed Utah. And that'll wrap us up for Morning Sports.
It'll be fun to see the WSU women make some noise down in Vegas. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:26. Before we go to another break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America, starting at 7.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Live returns to the Oscar stage, March 13th. Living in the Inland Northwest has its advantages, and one of those is working with amazing people who dedicate their time and efforts to help others. STCU's Volunteers Count is a program to say thank you for this service and inspire others to give back too. Please tell us about a volunteer at a local nonprofit that inspires you. Go to KXLY.com/volunteerscount and nominate them. Help us showcase those people who give of their time and truly make a difference. Volunteers Count, brought to you by 4 News Now and STCU.
It's one of the most remarkable shows in musical theater history. Dear Evan Hansen, the winner of 6 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. Dear Evan Hansen comes to Spokane this March.
Be found.
Visit BroadwaySpokane.com for your tickets.
Kelly here at Colville Toyota with the pups, cruising in this new Toyota Highlander.
We've met many new neighbors and come to love this beautiful region.
Our hometown-friendly restaurants, scenic rivers, Colville, Kettle, and Columbia.
Confederated County Museum, the golf course, hiking around Colville Mountain, a leisurely picnic at one of our parks,
or just a beautiful scenic drive.
Our region has plenty to offer, and so does Colville Toyota.
Your small-town dealership with a big heart.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
All right, we're taking a look at some of the big stories online this morning in the 4 News Now Story Tracker. Additional search warrants from Brian Kohberger's arrest in Pennsylvania are due to be made public today. He's, of course, the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students in November. Newly unsealed court documents were released yesterday that show investigators have access to more DNA than was previously thought, including an inner cheek swab when he was taken into custody. You can read more about what the newly released warrants reveal right now on our website, KXLY.com. Well, Vanessa Bryant has reached a nearly $30 million settlement agreement with Los Angeles County. It ends the long legal battle over the graphic photo shared by sheriff's deputies following her husband, Kobe Bryant, NBA superstar's fatal helicopter crash. Vanessa Bryant filed the legal action to protect her husband's legacy, as well as that of her daughter, Gianna, who also died in the accident, along with 7 others. In August, a federal jury awarded $31 million in damages to Bryant and her co-plaintiff, Christopher Chester, who lost his wife and daughter in the crash. With the settlement, the LA County Board of Supervisors say all pending and future claims are now resolved. Well, good morning, Northwest. I'm Derek Dice. Robin Nance has the morning off. Mark Peterson is here, though, with a look at that first alert forecast, and we're talking about a lot of fog out there this morning.
Fog in our area, but not so much into Coeur d'Alene. So let's take a live look now at Coeur d'Alene. You can see fog in the distance as you head over Rathdrum and Post Falls, but Coeur d'Alene itself, 3 degrees and pretty good conditions, but cold. We're at 21 degrees with dense fog, and we want everyone to take it easy. 4 things you need to know: that we are under a dense fog advisory this morning till 10. Icy roads and sidewalks do exist. We want you to take it easy. Sunshine later on today is going to help with a little melt off, but then light snow expected tomorrow. Right now, about an inch. That dense fog advisory goes from Colville all the way down to the LC Valley and into the Coeur d'Alene corridor, and we do have 0 visibility in many areas. So again, time in your commute is important. Just allow for another 10, 15 minutes. We'll see temperatures climb to 34 degrees, but in pink, you see the wind chill. We'll see the wind chill become more of a factor later on today because we'll see those winds fire up, gusting to 20 miles an hour later on.
Well, some Idaho lawmakers want to ban public drag performances. On Monday, the Idaho Family Policy Center introduced a bill that would allow people to sue drag queens or anyone else who promotes or organizes a public drag show. If passed, the bill would open the door for drag queens and anyone promoting public drag or burlesque performances to be sued. The bill would also ban the use of public spaces for these shows. Anyone violating this would mean they're misusing public money and would be guilty of a misdemeanor, meaning they could face not only a fine, but possible jail time as well.
The requirements of this proposed legislation would apply equally to drag shows, to erotic dancing, to burlesque, etc. It does not matter whether we're talking about a sexually explicit striptease or a sexually explicit drag show. Neither belongs in a public park.
The North Idaho Pride Alliance in Coeur d'Alene says the bill would force people in the LGBTQ community to hide who they are.
But when it comes to taking away someone else's rights just because you see it a certain way, or trying to dampen someone else's shine, or trying to take away the ability for other children to have experiences that will allow them to learn things about themselves and be in an inclusive environment, that's when it's crossing a line.
Now that the bill has been officially introduced, it should get a public hearing in committee before the House floor votes on it.
And new this morning from the Breaking Now desk, an update since my last report. The governor of Ohio is set to visit the toxic train derailment site in East Palestine in just a few hours for the latest on the removal of the hazardous waste from the wreck. Crews are expected to begin removing the train tracks as soon as today to clean the hazardous waste from underneath the derailment site nearly 4 weeks after the fiery February 3rd crash and subsequent release of dangerous chemicals. This all comes as new legislation regarding regarding train safety is being introduced today by 2 Ohio senators. The Associated Press obtained an early copy of the new legislation called the Railway Safety Act of 2023. It involves a series of federal safety regulations and financial consequences as a response to the fiery derailment. The Senate bill aims to address several key regulatory questions that have risen from the disaster, including why the state of Ohio was not made aware that the hazardous load was coming through and why the crew didn't learn sooner of an impending equipment malfunction. In a statement about the bill, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance said, through this legislation, Congress has a real opportunity to ensure that what happened in East Palestine will never happen again. We owe every American the peace of mind that their community is protected from a catastrophe of this kind. Though no one was injured or killed by the train derailment, it prompted an evacuation of about half the residents in East Palestine, an ongoing multi-governmental emergency response, along with lingering worries about the long-term health effects of the residents there. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
All right, Sydney, thank you. A new train disaster on the other side of the world killed dozens of people. A passenger train in Greece carrying hundreds of passengers crashed head-on into a freight train, igniting a massive fire, leaving 32 people dead and more than 80 injured. Officials say at one point more than 150 firefighters and 40 ambulances responded, with nearby towns assisting. Rescuers say the severity of the collision has made it extremely difficult to try to free the people who are trapped. Many of the passengers on the train were college students returning from a long weekend. A consumer alert for you now. Nissan is recalling more than 712,000 Rogue and Rogue Sport compact SUVs because they can accidentally shut off while driving. The recall is for Nissan Rogues made between 2016 and 2020 and Rogue Sports made between 2017 and 2022. In the design, an internal joint in the key can weaken over time and may allow the key to accidentally fold while in use. Nissan says it doesn't currently have a solution to the problem. It'll begin alerting individual owners about the recall later in March. Well, hold on to your credit card. The global semiconductor shortage could make it more challenging to get a replacement as more cards include chips and industries like auto and tech compete for tight supply. The semiconductor shortage that started in 2020 has been exacerbated by increased demand and Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which reduced the country's output of neon, a key element in making chips.
Credit cards are further down the list. And furthermore, smaller credit card issuers are even further down the list. So that's where we're hearing about the longest delays. Credit unions and community banks.
Now, this could be a time for you to take advantage of more contactless options implemented more widely during the pandemic. A smartphone's mobile wallet allows you to keep a digital copy of your card. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:37. Let's send things over to Mark Peterson. All right, we're going to warm up, but let's eventually.
Yeah, eventually, yeah. We're starting off cold. We had dense fog. You had it. I had it, moving it coming in today to work. We're going to see that improve. Partly cloudy skies. In fact, we could see some nice sun breaks, but that's what you're waking up to. A lot of gray, dark, thick fog.
Well, millions of Americans suffer from heart failure. After the break, how a new therapy may cut that risk in half. And your mail could soon be delivered in an electric car. How much money the Postal Service is spending on EVs? Next.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
At Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, you'll find solutions from cozy to spacious. It's the Buy More, Save More event. With savings up to 30% off, the more you buy, the more you save. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
When you've been seriously injured, choosing the right legal team is the most important decision you'll make. Craig Swap & Associates is a top personal injury law firm for one reason. We win.
If you or a loved one has been seriously injured, our team of winning attorneys is here for you. We'll review your case for free and start working immediately to win the compensation you deserve. Craig Swap & Associates, one call, that's all.
Wow, you guys really are taking the Zags Win You Win promotion seriously.
Oh, yes, ma'am. If the Gonzaga Bulldogs win the 2023 National Championship, Bill's Heating is going to be refunding up to $6,000 of people's eligible equipment purchases, including yours.
Well, I hope you win.
Yeah, we got this.
Here we grow again. Even more fun is headed to Spokane Tribe Casino. You love Caesar Sportsbook, the Grill and Bar, and larger variety of games we recently added. Gear up for a new food court, a completely smoke-free gaming area, a state-of-the-art entertainment venue, and more. Things just keep getting better. Grab your lucky charm and play Rainbow of Riches every Thursday for your chance to win up to $1,000 in cash or free play. Only at Spokane Tribe Casino. You just win here.
Ready for a good time? You can count me in, Kelly Clarkson. The Kelly Clarkson Show. That's me 5 days a week. Sign me up.
Watch Kelly today at 4 and 4 News Now at 5.
Joni here at Post Falls Volkswagen with this bold and beautiful Taos. But there's more than just good looks behind this compact SUV. This is the perfect choice because it's also practical and efficient, with driver assist and all the latest enhanced safety features. Plus, the Taos is packed with the useful high-tech features you use every day. If you're thinking of a compact SUV, think Taos at your nearby Post Falls Volkswagen, the home of 0000.
Welcome back. Roads are getting more dangerous for pedestrians in the United States, according to the Governor's Highway Safety Association. They say 3,400 pedestrians were killed in the first half of last year. That's an average of 19 deaths per day and a 5% increase over the same time period in 2021, which set a 40-year record for fatalities. The U.S. Postal Service says it is revving up plans to make its fleet electric, setting aside more than $9.5 billion for the upgrade. It plans to buy more than 9,200 electric vehicles from Ford, along with 14,000 new EV charging stations, which will be installed in at least 75 facilities across the country within the next year.
And good morning on this Wednesday. Here's your 10-second takeaway. It's all about that foggy start that we have. It's slippery as well on those side roads. There's a lot of ice, so take it easy. Allow more time. 34 will be our high today.
Well, more than 6 million adults have heart failure in the U.S. That's according to the American Heart Association. This condition may make it more likely for patients to suffer a stroke and heart attack. But a new study finds a cell therapy may cut those risks in half.
It works along with the treatments that we already have. So you can imagine, we keep everybody going and doing better with the medicine, and now we have a treatment that actually addresses the cause and quiets everything down.
The new study finds taking adult stem cells from bone marrow and administering it directly into an inflamed heart could work. Clinical trials would still be needed for this, though. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:42. Destiny Richards is live at the Spokane Arena for the start of State B basketball.
Yeah, State B's first game here at the Spokane Arena starts in just a few hours. We'll talk all about Spokane being Hoops Town today, coming up.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
If you need a new mattress, what you don't know could end up costing you. Come to Twilight Bedding Mattress Factory and talk to the experts. We make your mattress right here in our factory, so we can tell you exactly what it's made of. Twilight Bedding is also the only place in the area where you can still buy a double-sided mattress. Visit our website to learn the top 10 questions to ask when buying a mattress. And then come see us. Sleep Right by Twilight.
A combination of fun and performance is why Kylie and I are excited to show you the Subaru Crosstrek.
The all-wheel drive Crosstrek offers an available 2.5-liter Subaru Boxer engine, giving you extra performance and power unlike anything on or off the road.
There's no shortage of space for passengers and a surprising amount of cargo room for your gear.
The Crosstrek has an 8-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay, connecting you with your favorite apps and navigation.
Check out the Subaru Crosstrek and receive no-problem customer attention at Parker Subaru in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
Hey, have you seen this TikTok family pairing thing?
Yeah, it's a bunch of settings we can customize.
So
Shauna's parents will be like, okay, so I'm thinking 40 minutes of screen time a day. And Shauna's all like, what? I think 60 is fair. Or you know how Ricky posts those 6 solos? Well, his dad's like, these are sick, but they're only sick for you and your friends. Or you could be like, I'm extending your screen time, son, and your curfew.
I don't sound like that. Do I sound like that?
Spring is in the air and creativity is blooming everywhere at Custer's 46th Annual Spring Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center. Join us as 250 artisans from across the Northwest display and sell their fine art, handcraft, and specialty foods. The variety and quality of work make this a must-see event. Single-day admission only $8. Tickets on sale now at CusterShows.com. Custer's Spring Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center.
Why wash your vehicle in the winter? To prevent auto body and mechanical damage. Winter means harmful road chemicals, grime, and slush constantly attacking your vehicle.
At Car Wash Plaza, we feature the region's best complete touchless system. It cleans your entire vehicle, removing built-up grime and magnesium chloride chemicals.
Let's work together to maintain your vehicle's looks and value.
Find a location near you at carwashplaza.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by Chihuahua Casino.
Welcome back. The Spokane Arena is going to be packed for the rest of the week for the State B basketball tournament. Boys and girls teams from across the state will be here for 4 days of action. And, of course, families will be in town to watch the kids play. So it's going to be awfully busy at the arena. That's where Destiny Richards is this morning with more about State B and Spokane's growth as a sports destination.
Yeah, we're here this morning again with Cherie Gwynn with Spokane Sports. Really exciting time with State B being back, but there's lots of events to look forward to in Spokane this year with the podium being here and then at the end of the year, the downtown stadium. So tell us just about that and the excitement of Spokane growing that way.
Yeah, we're really excited to welcome 4 kind of new governing bodies into our area. We're hosting badminton, we're hosting USA Wrestling, girls wrestling. We're also hosting team handball, as well as judo. So very exciting times to be working with our Olympic governing bodies.
Yeah, and it'll be really great when the downtown stadium opens too. Great thing to see for folks coming in for State B as well. And you were part of State B way back in the day. Tell us about your experience.
Yeah, I went from a spectator as a little kid coming up here to actually playing in State B and being a State B champion. So to see it in the lens of an athlete, but also now as a person that helps put it on is pretty spectacular.
All right, so we're going to get a little lesson from you real quick. Tell us how we would make a basket here. I know we're giving you another shot this hour this time. All right, so tell us your best tips for someone.
All right, well, I'm going to say hand in the cookie jar. That's what I was taught. So, all right, let's check this
go ahead
out.
And demonstrate for us. Okay, great. It's my turn. All right, here. Hand in the cookie jar.
Hand in the cookie jar.
Oh. Try one more time.
Redemption.
Yes.
Yeah.
Grabbing the mic. The first game of State B starts at 9 a.m. this morning, and then it's going on through Saturday. So plan to see a lot of busyness around the Spokane Arena through the weekend. I'll send back to you guys.
Anybody who says hand in the cookie jar, you know they've been taught correctly to hold that follow through from a very young age. All right. You're taking a look outside right now. We've got dense fog all around the Spokane area. And Mark, you know, from me coming from the south, you coming from the north, we really saw it this morning, but you said like over in North Idaho, not so much.
But it's much colder there. We're going to talk about that. Yeah, but we do have that dense fog advisory and the Rathdrum area, and then you get into Post Falls, making your way along the I-90 corridor. Taking it easy. Side streets are slippery. We're going to have a high today of 34. There will be a little melt off. It depends on how much sun we get. And then we're going to see some winds fire up this afternoon. Tonight, 27 degrees with light snow that's going to be moving in. And we're going to talk more about that in just a moment. So we look at the satellite and radar. We do have the energy coming into the Puget Sound, but that's about it. We also have quite a bit of activity to the south of us that's going to come back around. That's going to create that potential. So we look at what we have when it comes to our 4-day forecast. Here's that snow we talked about. Heavier snows into North Idaho, but it'll be coming into eastern Washington. We're going to see the afternoon with rain snow mixed. And then we're going to see potentially forecasting an inch, but the potential is 2 to 4 inches. There's going to be more through Friday. So really going to keep our eyes on the prize there and see if that snow does maintain into the mountains. But we're expecting, again, an inch in and around our area, 1.2 into Post Falls, Spirit Lake, 3.5 inches of snow. So in the region, yes, 2 to 4 inches, but we're looking for an inch in Spokane tomorrow. Temperatures into the mid-30s. It's going to be a fairly mild day. We look at what we can expect in the planning forecast. Yeah, we're going to be nearing 40 for, again, the extreme team reveal. We'll talk about that in a minute, but a possible alert day because of that snow. Oh, you're not going to catch us. We're going to keep an eye on that. But it looks like, again, an inch. And then we're going to have mountain snows with some light snow still possible in the valleys on Saturday and Sunday. Extreme team in action, and I want to show you a couple of pictures. And this is, again, your Horizon Credit Union employees volunteering, but also taking pictures. The kiddos came in to see what we're doing. If you look at the top of the picture, you'll notice that all the grids are open. That'll be changing right now as PCI is inside, replacing all those ceiling tiles. And, of course, they donated that ceiling, and we thank them very much. Also, these three young men, Gonzaga engineering students, there are three of more coming, more today, and again, more tomorrow to help. And they had so much fun, and they got free food.
Yeah.
They said, can we come back again? And they rocked it. Everyone has been rocking it this week.
You give college students free food.
They're going to work hard.
They'll do just about anything. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 10 minutes before 7 o'clock. Your morning sprint coming up right after the break.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Super One Foods Meat Sale.
Morning.
Who said that? Whoa, where did that come from? Floating money.
It's funny.
Good luck out there.
My grandfather, Doug Parker, started Parker almost 40 years ago. Just a real small dealership with about 30 employees.
The people at Parker that make this place unique are hardworking, they know their jobs, and they're driven.
We have a lot of employees that have been here a long time, and I think that just ties into everything. Our culture, how we treat employees. We're always trying to become better people, become a better business, better community partner. It's our job to provide the best experience for every single person that walks in that door.
Every Saturday in March, you can shoot baskets for cash.
The more baskets you make, the more cash you win.
All winners have 1 minute to make as many baskets as possible.
The player with the highest score of the night wins even more cash.
Make baskets to earn your share of up to $26,000 cash.
More baskets, more cash for you.
Earn entries now playing your favorite games with your Sun Club card.
Get in the game at Chihuahua Casino.
Weather Alert Days on 4 News Now.
That means weather that could be a threat to your family's safety.
The First Alert Weather Team pinpoints the most impactful and dangerous days, warning you early, on air and online. Weather Alert Days, another way we're keeping you safe on 4 News Now.
Spokane Hope Center for children born deaf and hard of hearing. They've got the kids. They don't have the room. We're expanding their theater of operations, refreshing offices, and it's all going to happen at the end of the month. The 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
YWCA's 41st Women of Achievement Luncheon is March 9th at the Davenport Grand. We will be celebrating 9 amazing women of achievement and the Y's 120 years of service in Spokane. Visit ywcaspokane.org for tickets.
Everyone, I'd like to raise a toast to that classic Ritz cracker taste and a crunchy toasted chip.
To the chip. To the chip.
Ritz Toasted Chips. The crunchy chips, only from Ritz.
Hey, lady, when is the baby coming?
Very, very soon.
Dad, what about yours?
You're gonna... Yeah, okay, well...
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
6:53 is your time. Let's get you up to speed with everything you need to know for your Wednesday here in the morning sprint. Destiny Richards is live at the arena for the start of State B basketball. Mark Peterson tells us about some dense fog this Wednesday morning. But first, let's get to Sydney Charles with details on court documents unsealed in the Moscow murders case. Sydney.
That's right. Additional search warrants from Bryan Kohberger's arrest in Pennsylvania are due to be made public today. This comes as newly unsealed court documents released yesterday reveal new details in the Moscow murder investigation. We now know that investigators have more DNA from Bryan Kohberger than we initially thought. Kohberger was arrested at his parents' house in Pennsylvania in late December for the murders of 4 University of Idaho students. Pennsylvania courts released a search warrant from that arrest showing that investigators got an inner cheek swab from Kohberger when he was taken into custody. Investigators also collected 4 medical-style gloves, a flashlight, Kohberger's clothes, and a pair of Nikes. You can read more details about this story right now on KXLY.com.
And newly unsealed court records also show a battle between the attorney representing the Gonzalez family, whose daughter was killed in the Moscow murders, and the judge in this case. Attorney Shannon Gray does not believe he should have to follow the gag order and accused Latah County Prosecutor Bill Thompson, pictured here, of leaking information about this case to the media. Gray is still fighting for himself and his clients to be able to speak freely about the case.
It is a foggy start. When we look at the First Alert weather, and that First Alert weather app would be great, so I would have told you we had a dense fog advisory, and it's in effect until 10 o'clock today. Visibility is very short in many areas, and you have to be very cautious. Again, allowing more time for your travel today, please. Over the next 12 hours, we're going to see partly cloudy skies. Again, this fog is going to break mid-morning, and we'll have a high today of 34 degrees.
Spokane County Sheriff's Office is investigating a death at the home registered to an alleged child rapist. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office says a body was found at this home in Spokane Valley and could be a possible suicide. According to the Spokane County Assessor's Office website, the home is registered to Patrick Cabiza. Cabiza is the man accused of sexually assaulting 2 young boys at his home over the winter. He bonded out of jail last week. The Spokane County Medical Examiner's Office will identify the body and the cause of death. Some breaking news from the war in Ukraine. Russian officials accused Ukraine of launching a spate of attempted drone strikes targeting infrastructure deep inside of Russia, including near its capital. Following the alleged attacks, Russia's second largest city of St. Petersburg closed its airspace and briefly banned incoming flights yesterday, according to state media. Some Idaho lawmakers want to ban public drag performances. On Monday, the Idaho Family Policy Center introduced a bill that would allow people to sue drag queens or anyone else who promotes or organizes a public drag show. If passed, the bill would open the door for drag queens or anyone promoting public drag or burlesque performances to be sued. The bill would also ban the use of public spaces for these shows. Anyone violating this would be guilty of a misdemeanor and could be fined along with possible jail time. Now, the bill should get a public hearing in committee before the House floor votes on it.
This morning, we've been live at Spokane Arena talking all about the return of State B basketball for the next 4 days through Saturday. This is going to be a place where so many out-of-town students, staff, and their families come to watch this basketball tournament. 1B and 2B boys and girls are going to be playing all from places across the state. You can go to our website, KXY.com, where we have more information about who's playing and when.
The Cheney City Council decided to delay a redevelopment project threatening to uproot people living at the North Cheney Mobile Home Park. If passed, the proposed ordinance would change the zoning of the property of that mobile home park to commercial mixed-use zoning. The council has deferred the ordinance until the next city council meeting on March 14th to get more information and a possible timeline to help residents if it were to pass. The governor of Ohio is set to visit the toxic train derailment site in East Palestine in just a few hours from now for the latest on the removal of the hazardous waste from that wreck. This comes as new legislation regarding train safety is being introduced today by 2 Ohio senators. That's all coming up next on Good Morning America now. A consumer alert about those rewards programs at so many restaurants and other stores and why some of them are becoming less generous. Weather next.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
Good advice. Checkmate.
If you've been seriously injured, the attorneys by your side may be the difference whether you win or lose. Let us help you make the right moves to win your case. Craig Swap and Associates. One call, that's all.
Twilight Bedding is the choice for all your mattress needs and now has 2 convenient locations in Spokane. Every mattress is manufactured locally, right here in Spokane, and crafted to meet any need you have, whether it's for your bedroom, boat, RV, or your pet. Stop by either location today and talk with an expert about the mattress that's right for you. Sleep right. By Twilight.
All right, good morning, everybody. There's your start. Yeah, it is foggy. We have a dense fog advisory in effect, and it is going to be one of those days where you allow extra time to get where you're going. If you're in Coeur d'Alene, you're sitting at 3 degrees while you don't have the fog. It is really cold. We're all warming up into the mid-30s today, again tomorrow. Expecting an inch of snow in Spokane, more so into Coeur d'Alene and surrounding areas. So we do have a potential weather alert day for tomorrow, and 39 for the high. Also the Extreme Team reveal, of course. Friday and Saturday, we're going to see some mountain snows with the potential of light snow here.
Again, it's still winter, so we'll continue to deal with it. Mark, thank you very much. All right, we'll have updates throughout Good Morning America, which